So welcome back to the workshop, and I think we're up to part 4 of this vintage inspired bass build. Now this is where we're up to then. One neck, one body. No prizes for guessing what this video is going to be about. Let me show you how I'm going to fit the neck to the body. Right, so I've just started marking out this end of the neck where I'm going to actually cut the tenon, which is going to fit into the mortise on the body. Now my rule as far as this kind of work is concerned, that mortise I've cut with a router using a template, and I regard that as being accurate. So my rule is you don't remove any wood from this whatsoever. What you do is you trim the tenon to fit. And as I say, seems to work for me. So yeah. So these initial cuts I'm quite happy to do on a bandsaw, but then for the shoulder of the joint, i.e. where the neck butts up against the body, I like to cut that by hand. Oh, well that's straight from the saw, so that's promising. So yeah, a little bit of fettling, and hopefully that should go in no problems. Right, so there is the neck ready to be glued on. Obviously you need to have a decent joint around the shoulders there, so you don't have a gap. It needs to be in alignment along the length of it, and you need to have the pitch of the neck correct. And if you remember, what I was looking for was a kind of a gap at the bridge of about 3mm, so the whole of the surface of the neck is parallel to but 3mm above the surface, which you know that is. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the way that's fitting. So I shall glue it on. Right, there it is, glued in, and obviously leave that now until tomorrow, and yeah, on to the next stage. So the neck's been glued on then, and also this kind of spacer here, which fills in the gap between the top surface of the body and the underside of the fretboard. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these pieces of dowel into these holes, and that kind of locks the neck joint in place. And when you put these dowels in, I don't know if you can see it, but it's essential that you cut, whoops, it's essential that you cut a slot, a couple of slots running along the length of the dowel, so that when you force these into the hole, the excess glue has got somewhere to escape. So the neck has now been prepared, ready to take the fretboard. As I said earlier, I've got this spacer here. I'm really pleased with that, because what I've used is an offcut from the back of the neck, and as you can see, the stripe runs right the way through. So when the fretboard's on and you look that way, it would appear that the neck continues right the way to the end. And people are looking at that and think, oh, how do you do that? Rubbish. So the neck is now prepared, ready for me to glue the fretboard on. The space is in place, the pieces of dowel, all of that's cleaned up. That piece of masking tape there is to stop any of the glue which oozes out going onto the body, because it's going to be difficult to clean that up because I like to have the fretboard overhanging. So there's the fretboard all prepped. Some plain white dots down the edge there. I've got pilot holes for the dots which will go into the front there, the position markers, and also some holes here which will take some wooden pegs to hold the fretboard in alignment whilst I glue it on. And the truss rod itself, which is going to go in the slot, that's been covered in PTFE tape, so that protects the truss rod from corrosion, any glue that might get on it, etc. And also it's meant to help it move within the slot. And when I say move, i.e. when you turn it and you try to make the adjustment. So yeah, time to put all of this together. Well, my friends, there we have it. Everything that can be glued together as far as this project is concerned has been glued together. The last of those obviously being the fretboard. Yes, that's probably as much as I want to do in this video. The next video is really going to be about getting the fretboards fretted and really shaping the body, contouring it so it sits really nice and comfortably, and shaping the neck. So until then, as always, many thanks for taking the time to watch this, and yeah, you keep safe, and look forward to seeing you again soon. So take care. Cheers.